This interview is brought to you by Comcast Government Services. Find out how Comcast Government Services is providing solutions to the federal government that enable mission-critical network transformation designed to scale with evolving needs. Visit comcastbusiness.com/fedgov to learn more.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ross John Fortune. I'm the managing editor at GovCIO Media and Research here at AFCEA TechNet Cyber 2024 in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. Joining me now is Brigadier General Michael Cornell, Vice Director, Global Services Director, DISA J6. Thanks so much for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
So the most urgent and biggest challenges, what are they when it comes to connecting the DoD workforce across the globe?
So I live in what DISA has defined as its strategic imperative number 3, which is to optimize the network, and our line of effort number 4, which is to harmonize cybersecurity and the user experience. And I think those lines of effort, those imperatives, provide a lot of opportunities, but those opportunities come with challenges, and specifically challenges related to what General Hawk talked about this morning with securing the network against our adversaries. We service a large network of users, over 20 sites, over 100,000 devices in multiple countries around the world, and at sites like the Pentagon, where we repel over 50,000 attempted intrusions per day. And so maintaining that security while trying to modernize, optimize, and improve the network, both from a cybersecurity standpoint and from a user experience standpoint, poses challenges, right? Those challenges are getting users to get comfortable with new technologies and new ways of doing business. Also, like any other large IT organization, the prioritization of resources, right? And so as we look to change the way we do business with respect to cybersecurity, improve the quality of the service that we deliver to customers, we're constantly having to evaluate which initiatives are going to be our priorities, where we're going to focus our resources, while also getting after all the usual technical debt and other efforts that any IT organization faces on a day-to-day basis.
I want to pull on a thread that you just mentioned about the getting people to buy into the new technology. How do you sort of work that culturally in any organization, but certainly one like the Department of Defense and the national security world?
Right. So I'm going to be on a panel this afternoon where we're going to talk about this a little bit in the context of AI, ML, in the user experience. And I think like any of us, right, you're used to doing business a certain way. You have your files and your mission applications that you're used to, accustomed to using. And it's really a matter of getting the customers to see that these changes will benefit them. The changes will provide more reliable service, faster service, and most importantly, more secure service. And so it's really about customer engagement and messaging, so that these changes aren't done in a vacuum and without context for why they're making them.
Communication, of course, is always key. I want to pivot a little to talk about partnerships. Obviously, working with a bunch of different agencies within DoD, different offices. What about industry? How do industry partnerships, work into the J6 mission?
So General Lawrence and General Hawk touched on this morning in the keynote. We can't do what we do without partnerships with industry, right? On the cybersecurity side, General Hawk talked about adversaries living off the land and using vulnerabilities in existing tools and software that the department uses. And so we must partner with those industry partners to secure those environments and make sure that we're modernizing them and securing them as needed. But also our mandate is to provide, gold level service to all of our users, particularly the senior leadership in the department. And in order to do that and rapidly deploy new and modern and innovative technologies, we can't do that alone. It's critical for us to partner with industry so we're staying ahead of best practices and implementing the latest in technological solutions to the problems we're trying to solve.
I know that's a goal is making J6 the perimeter or the premier communication sort of provider for particularly for leadership. How do you do that?
Well, I think we're already there in many respects. I mean, we do support DISA J6 already does support the department's senior leadership across all classifications on multiple networks. The challenge is, as I said before, really getting after the technical debt, getting after the cybersecurity, while maintaining those day-to-day operations. I'm going to talk about this a little bit this afternoon. All of us who've worked in the department have been there, right? You're trying to prepare a senior leader for a trip or a briefing, or there's a real-world operation going on, and when there's an IT problem that's hindering your ability to do that, you need a rapid solution, and you need it to be both timely and effective the first time out. And so we're really focused on that user experience and making sure that we can get after those problems rapidly, effectively, and with the best practices and technologies available to us.
So to that end, and we can end on this, how do you balance that speed, the velocity that you need to solve these problems with the very obvious security needs?
So that is a challenge, right? I think the department's doing some great things in terms of zero trust and moving to new security models. We are every day modernizing the network, both at the Pentagon and around the world. There's a lot of effort to get as many users on the same network, so you're not trying to maintain and troubleshoot multiple networks, right? Which is not the most efficient way to do business. And so we're already down the road on many of those efforts. I think the challenge is to be able to prioritize the resources to complete those projects on the timeline that is being dictated by our potential adversaries.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to have to do that dance, but as such, I do not envy you on that mission. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
This interview is also brought to you by Fortinet Federal. How can your agency improve network visibility, control, and cyber defense? With advanced technology and expert support from Fortinet Federal. Advance your mission with modern, trusted networks that connect data centers, clouds, and remote users. For more, see FortinetFederal.com.